Hi folks, in this next video we're going to be talking about storage, the sticky problem of how to get more storage, where to find it, how to combine that with the idea of having a useful social space, and also storage of water, which can be a difficult situation depending on how much water you want to bring along with you on your trips. We're going to talk about the bed configuration, what is going to be the night mode versus the day mode for the bed and the couch situation. We're going to talk about the table layout, where this swinging table should be, what should be the pivot point, maybe more than one pivot point in order to make a maximally efficient use of the table. And we're going to talk about the kitchen, the sink, the gray water situation, how exactly that's going to be done in such a small space. That's that's the big challenge of this particular build, is really taking advantage of every square inch of that very small space. So with that, let's get started on the second video, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Okay, this one I thought was kind of interesting.
The roof of the van, I'd like to...
Before we go to this, remember he said, okay, so you've got this living space. All right, that's nice to have that little living space where you can invite people over and all this, but where's your storage? I mean, what are you going to do for storage now that because you've got this living space? You've got part of your van vacant.
Right.
And that's a part of the van that you see in typical van builds that are used, somehow for storage.
Is he designed this for two people or just for one?
For two people. They have two people. So, all right.
Okay. So we can't use the the passenger seat area.
But for me, okay, they do all kinds of things to get around that, But for me, the issue is, all right, so how can I get more storage if I want to have that living space? And this is one idea here.
To show off, first off, I want to point out my solar hot water tank.
This is a solar hot water tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so that's part of my solution. Is I'm going to put my water on the roof. And I'll show you how that's going to work.
Yeah. Well, no, water or hot water.
Well, it's going to be hot water.
Right.
Yeah.
But you understand that you have to do some more research on that. Are you saying that's the only heating method you're going to have for the water? That's
perhaps not. We'll see.
Yeah, because what they're saying is that it works, and then when you want to go camping, you go camping, and of course you don't want to be sitting in the sun. You want to be in the shade, and so they're not. It's lukewarm at best.
Right.
I'll put it that.
Right. But you could, once you have this, I mean, this is something that I would install, and then later on, if it wasn't performing adequately, I would put an electric hot water element into it.
Right.
12 volt.
You can, 12 or 24. They do have elements that you could put into it, though you're talking about plastic.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it in this. I would have the tank inside the van, so I would feed this into the little tank inside the van.
Well,
you could just heat up the water in the van.
Say you can get, even that 2.5, like I have that little 2.5 gallon that's under my kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm.
You could pull the element out of that and put this element in.
Exactly.
I mean, they're standard elements.
That's the same idea. Idea. So if this didn't do the job, then I would do something.
Depending on how, so say you can even go more exotic than that. You can get off of the engine. You can get heat.
Yeah, but I was also going to. You'll see. I'm going to put this in a box with insulation around it. Put glass on top of it. So I'll have a solar collector.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that, and of course you don't know how any of this is going to work until you actually, try it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can build that and put it in the backyard and see if it works.
But the point is, as far as storage is concerned, I could put about 15 gallons on the roof. All right, and I'll show you the calculations.
Yeah, I mean that's
So that displaces a lot of space.
You're not going to go majorly off-road.
No, not with a van like this.
Well, I mean, no, not.
Yeah.
I mean, dirt road, but not. I mean, not off-road type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing about this design is, I've got this list going. This is all kinds of equipment that I've been pricing out.
Working on,
and I've got dimensions and costs and everything for all of this stuff. So now I've started, in any of this design, I'm actually creating a design layout which represents the actual dimensions of this stuff that's going in there. All right. And so this
Solar
is
panel, you got
yeah, I'll show you in a minute. So now let's go over here and I'll show you what we got. All right, so this is the basic box outline.
What is the basic dimensions?
Yeah, this is about 74 inches, or wait a minute, I'll show you. From here to here's, yeah, about 74 inches. And this is the couch, basically. All right, this is the way this is going to work.
Okay, so that's the couch.
And these are the wheel wells. All right, so just so you have perspective.
Okay, so, what are you looking at? Standard, twin bed or
okay,
size-wise?
So when you do this, let me show you what the bed
for two or one.
The bed configuration. The bed configuration turns out to be that. All right, so this is going to be the basically the folding futon type thing. Where you got the cushion in the back, and then you've got the pull-out slats.
Right, that worked out well for people.
Yeah, and then it rests on a lip over here somewhere.
Well, or you can put two legs down.
Or yeah, either way. And then basically this is that table. This is that table that is movable, but it's not connected to anything. This is the storage configuration. This is the night configuration.
Right.
So I undo the table, and I put the table down here.
Right.
All right. That gives me extra foot space. All right. This is, and then we've got a cabinet.
So what does the bed end up being when it's laid out?
Right. Yeah. I'll show you.
Size-wise.
All right. So.
I think a twin is what, 38 inches?
This is a twin from here to here, and it's 80 inches long. So it's
80, yeah,
it's basically
80 inches
a twin.
by 38, I think.
So this you can put your feet on this, and then this is also a cabinet here, but it's going to have an open space here that I can put my feet in. So I'll have storage underneath it, and I'll have storage on top of it up to the ceiling. All right, so. Three of the legs of this cabinet will be supported from the floor to the ceiling. The fourth leg will be hung from the ceiling. Okay, so I don't have a leg in the middle of where my feet are going to go. So that's the basically the bed configuration. And then let me get rid of that. And then I could put in the table in various positions. So it could be there or there. And that would be the part where you're eating. You could be sitting here, and then I could be sitting on my stool over here. It could be up there, and it could be even extended to swing around and outside of the van. Okay, so you can do all of these things with this table.
So the pivot point would be where? Closer to the back?
It's right here, right at the corner of this.
So how do you get it outside?
From this position, I could extend it and then rotate it so it would be right like this. I can extend it up to about twice of this length.
You can always put another pivot point too. That if you want to do work.
That's right. Yeah.
So you could make it an outdoor table.
Right.
So you can do outdoor. I mean, point is you're going to drive somewhere and park unless you're just camping out Walmarting overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You crash and go. You're going to go somewhere and want to stay there for a few days.
Yep.
So, and the point is, if you put a second pivot point in, that'd make it be better to put it outside and then be able to still put it in so you can close the door, lock it up, and go.
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that, but that's a good point. Okay, I could put one. She's
we're
based on that video. It's just a little pipe, right? And you put one right at the corner there. You put one right over there.
Bracket, but it's a piece of pipe.
Yeah.
So that could be literally, put a big enough plate on the floor and a good piece of pipe welded to the middle of it.
Yeah.
It ain't going to go. not talking about putting more than 50 pounds on it. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not a big. It's going to be
just
like
your-
3/8 inch,
Right, yeah.
birch or something.
Right,
It'll be the
yeah,
tabletop,
yeah.
so it's not going to be a big deal.
No,
But it really adds a lot of functionality, I think.
Right.
You know, something
I
like
think
that.
that's probably, you know, as I say, the one that are people are custom, or not custom, but the ones that you can buy that has that same principle.
Yeah.
Uh, basically can move around, and you can lower it or raise it. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
The way they had the bracket, that you could lower it and raise it besides this with this motion.
Right.
But at this point, probably not necessary to. I mean, you're going to have one height,
Right.
table height.
Yeah.
You know, desk and table about
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can work at it. You could eat at it.
You
You
get
could,
right.
you
And
get
or
it out
you
of the
can
way.
Sweep it out
from-
right and put it outside. You could do outdoor cooking. You can put
Right.
your whatever
Swing it
cookies.
around, put it
Right.
next to over the bed when you want to have
Yeah.
space in here.
And then you know the point of the matter is that your storage, other than some clothes and some places for electronics or whatever, and your big thing would be a cooking area.
Yeah.
You know your
All right.
pantry and your
So let's
your,
get to that. Okay, let's get to that. I'll
uh,
put in the water. I'll show you where the water goes.
your
Okay, here's the sink. And this is the, well, I'm going to have a freshwater glass water jug, below the sink. Okay, this is for drinking water with a hand pump going up into the sink. All right, so that's for drinking. And then the roof is going to have my warm, lukewarm water, whatever it is, which is going to come down through the ceiling, through the roof of the van, and it'll be gravity fed into a faucet there.
right.
So
So you need some sort of one-way valve up on the roof. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because you're gonna have some sort of air relief.
right, you put a
Right.
check valve up there. In
Right.
fact, one of those videos shows the guy doing that. So you can do that, and then also at the top of the van you can have a spigot so that you can
Take
attach
outdoor
a
showers. Right,
shower hose to it.
right.
Okay, and then you can take a shower back
Right.
here.
And the way you could fill it with a garden hose too.
Um,
The other thing is you can figure out some sort of rack on the back of the vehicle that can
Mhm.
swing open.
mhm.
That you could put some storage in. Some people are
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
For
If I need it, but I've got some other storage solutions here, so hang on. Now this is a cabinet here. Now, this is an awkward space because it's over the wheel well. All right, so this needs to be a cabinet, to store stuff in, and the sink is actually I found basically a steam table from a restaurant supply outfit that sells these little steam tables. They're cheap, really cheap.
oh yeah,
You can buy one of those. You don't have to buy a fancy sink.
right.
In fact, I'm thinking of not even having a black gray water. Just have a basin there that I can lift up and just dump it.
Well, you can do that, or feed it through so it drains out on the ground.
Yeah.
Right, and that's another thing people are doing is
Yeah.
even if they have a gray tank,
Yeah.
they're very small gray tank,
Yeah.
but they design it with a valve on it, so when they drive off, electric valve,
Right.
and hit a switch and the thing drains as they drive down the road.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
I've looked at some of the YouTube. One guy who had a gray tank, he got rid of it. He says because, geez, all it was my toothpaste, basically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the point is, it doesn't have to be much because it could be just a few gallons.
Yeah.
And the point is that one, if you're parked it somewhere and you don't want to dump it right then, but
Right.
as you're driving down the road, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
It's just
you
nobody
could do
behind you to splatter. You're okay.
Yeah. So I may do something like that. But anyway, so that's where that is, and then